A Shropshire tree expert has expressed concern about the £71 million North West Relief Road set to be built on the outskirts of Shrewsbury. The money's been secured and work's due to start in 2021. Commuters, businesses and some residents welcome the project. But environmentalist Rob McBride from Ellesmere thinks it'll create a large amount of damage for little gain.
Because here we're only talking about how many minutes being saved for irretrievable damage to the landscape, the treescape, and the feel of Shrewsbury being, it's almost like an OCD thing they've got, where they've got to close this loop. The river doesn't close the loop, but the councillors and the politicians want to close this loop and make this road. I don't think there's a good case for it.
7 minutes past 7, BBC Radio Shropshire. It's been years in the making. For some people, it can't come soon enough. Some are still fighting hard against it. What is it? Well, it's the Shrewsbury North Western Relief Road. Tree hunter Rob McBride from Treespect CIC has been surveying the route, and you could say he is not a fan. BBC Radio Shropshire's Genevieve Tudor went walking with him.
Do you do any bird watching, Rob? There's some fabulous sounds here.
Yeah, this is the spring chorus, really. It's all like burst out, isn't it, in the last 3 or 4 weeks, 3 weeks especially.
Just describe where we are.
We are at Hencut on the north side of Shrewsbury. We're standing looking down into the lovely railway track that goes to Chester from Shrewsbury, and we're looking north towards fields, sheep and woodland about a quarter of a mile away, and we're looking towards where there will be fast moving traffic in not so many years away if it all goes ahead, sadly.
Do we not need this Northern Relief Road, Rob? Traffic is beginning to really snarl up.
Yeah, I think there is a case for it, and I'm not a hypocrite. I hope I use bypasses, I use motorways, I use aeroplanes as well, which is not good for an environmentalist. Actually, now we're in the 21st century and we're looking at 20th century solutions to increased car use, etc. And there are many, many ways that this could be addressed around Shrewsbury. A49 improvements, A5 dualling all the way. It should have been dual in the first place, and the politicians at the time failed. We need to look at inventive, the money that's being spent on this. If we want to talk about the money, there's a lot of money, and all of a sudden Shropshire Council have found, bearing in mind they're cutting public transport, bus services, all of a sudden they found millions and millions that, we'll put that into the project. Dobby's roundabout, I thought, why couldn't they have a flyover over that roundabout and cut out, how many minutes would that cut out of the journey? Because here we're only talking about how many minutes being saved for irretrievable damage to the landscape, the treescape, and the feel of Shrewsbury being, it's almost like an OCD thing they've got, where they've got to close this loop. The river doesn't close the loop, but the councillors and the politicians want to close this loop and make this road. I don't think there's a good case for it.
Lovely to hear the birds in that report, and there'll be more from Rob McBride later in the programme.
Morning, breakfast on BBC Radio Shropshire. Joanne's in for Claire this week.